This is the exact spot that I just
يا الله
والله الدنيا شغله بك يا الله.
دقيقة.
Welcome back to the channel, family. It's your guy Trip 5 back again with another creepy video compilation. Let's jump right into the video, yeah.
ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you destroy the young minds of the next generation without them even knowing it?
If I were the devil, I wouldn't come with violence. I'd come with convenience. I'd give them everything they wanted and strip them of everything they needed. I'd make them feel connected, but completely alone, endlessly entertained, but quietly empty. I'd blur the lines between truth and opinion until nothing meant anything. I'd teach them to chase dopamine, not purpose, to worship self, but loathe who they are. I wouldn't destroy them with war. I'd destroy them with apathy. I'd keep them distracted, numb, scrolling, always scrolling. I'd dismantle the family by redefining it. Make fathers optional, mothers exhausted, and children confused. I'd hand them a phone before they could speak in full sentences. And I'd watch their minds rot slowly, sweetly, silently. And the most brilliant part, they'd never know it was me. They'd call it freedom.
Damn, that's deep. They never know it was me. They will call it freedom. They will literally keep their mother exhausted with work so they can control the kids and program them. Because if the mother don't teach them and the father isn't there, then the system will raise them into who they are. And you know, in today's world, you have to pay attention to what you're focusing on because it can alter your reality. The young minds are the future. This is why they are being targeted the most.
Poo-poo spray. Poo-poo spray. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, son is wildin'. It sound like he transforming or some shit. Imagine you just finished taking a shit and somebody just circling the stall, making noises like that. Like, what was his point of even doing that? Boy looked like he was terrified in that stall.
There's a glitch in the Matrix! I told you. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you about Elon Musk? What'd I tell you? I told you. He's not human. He's not human, dog. Something is controlling him, man. I think he's cyborg. I told you. I think he built himself with his own technology. Did you see him in this interview? He's walking. He's like, yeah, I just feel,
yeah, and refurbishable might be a better word. Like, what lessons have you learned that you?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Technology is.
You're just trying to get data out of the thing.
I think I'm short circuiting. Yo, I said, look at this motherfucker. He's short circuiting. There's a glitch in the Matrix, everybody. There's a glitch. I told y'all. You didn't listen to me, did you? I told you. You watch it over and over. He's like, he's trying to walk normal. Normal? Just come on, Elon. Be normal every day. Oh, God. Something is happening to me. Yeah. Tesla's down 71%. I'm losing my fortune. I'm losing my 14 kids. I should get another baby. I should kill all my. Yeah. You guys, let me know what you think.
My boyfriend has a Neuralink. I know that there are 3 people. I think it's 3 on record who have the Neuralink because it's not publicly available. But he has got to be in some top secret beta testing group. We were just on a road trip and he must have blacked out and forgot that I was sitting next to him in the car because not on a call, nothing like that. He starts doing stuff like this. It went on for a while. And finally, I just was like, you got a Neuralink? And I thought that he would think it was funny, but instead he got really defensive. Why would you say that? Like, bad acting. So, I don't know. He drives a Tesla. There's something going on. I'm not a dummy. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror, to be honest with you.
Do you think they out here testing these Neuralinks on people and they can't talk about it because they have to keep it private? I mean, it sounds believable. She said that there were only 3 people who has the Neuralink in the world, but I doubt that's the real number. So they trying so hard to incorporate AI into this world.
I just witnessed an orb being followed by a helicopter. Watch this video, it's right over my house. Yo. That is a freaking orb. That's an orb being chased by a helicopter. What the hell? That is a straight up orb, dude. Being followed by a freaking helicopter. What the hell? I just now pulled up. Smells like something's burning. That is nuts.
That's probably the clearest footage we ever seen of an orb like that. You know, people wasn't believing it, but how do you explain that? What is that in the sky that's moving like that? And it looks like it's being chased by a helicopter or something. A lot of things have been going on in our skies, y'all. You just have to pay attention and look up.
We have some serious breaking news this morning. There is a massive blackout that has impacted almost all of Spain, Portugal, and parts of France. Both Spain and Portugal have plunged into almost complete darkness across both countries, while France has experienced scattered power outages throughout its country as well. Now, we don't know what is causing these massive blackouts. From initial glance, according to latest reporting, there seems to be some type of electricity imbalance. But nonetheless, this has essentially caused mass chaos and has stopped work throughout most of Spain. The Madrid airport was even closed. And folks, this is really a country's worst nightmare. Without electricity, a country cannot run. And Spain and Portugal this morning were literally plunged into the dark ages without any power, no Wi-Fi, no electricity. I'll keep you updated throughout the day as we get more information. Spread the word. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for all the news you need to know about. More to come soon.
3 countries have a blackout at the same time. You don't find that suspicious? You know, I feel like these blackouts are tests to see how people will react in that situation. You know, imagine if that happened in the USA and all the states have a blackout at the same time. It's gonna be mayhem. Now imagine that blackout lasts for like a month. Or maybe even more. That will literally go down in history.
Okay, this is freaking me out. It is. And a lot of things about the church freak me out. But this is really scary looking to me. This is just my opinion. But it's weird. It just seems weird. Like they're glowing staffs and the hoods. Like, what? is going on, it's weird. That's me. I know it's tradition, but it's freaking me out. It's scary.
What the fuck happened to Jenna Ortega, y'all? This the same girl that played Wednesday? The same girl that was on a Beetlejuice movie? Y'all trying to tell me that's her? If so, that's crazy to me, y'all. She look different. Am I tripping? Look at the picture, y'all. Look at her jawline. It is a little sharp still, but look at her jaw. Look at her eyebrows. Look at her whole head. Come on, y'all. That is night and day. Can't y'all see the difference? What, she got a whole makeover or some shit? Nah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not crazy. But that don't look like Jenna Ortega to me, y'all. Look, I know people change. I know people grow up. I know they change their hairstyle, hair color. But her whole face is different. All I'm saying is, y'all know how Hollywood is. The crazy thing is, I'm not the only one that's saying this. It's numerous of people saying it. And she's been quiet. Quiet as of late. Like, not a peep. And she's normally not that quiet. Y'all can call it glow up, grow up, all you want. I'm just saying, that ain't the Jenna Ortega I know.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, it looked like she aged expeditiously. It looked like she went from 20 to 40. Is that what Hollywood do to you? What's going on in her life that made her look like that? Or maybe she did get some work done on her face. Who knows? What y'all think about this?
So y'all in and out of New Orleans, y'all don't know what's going on? So y'all, I'm from New York, but my whole family's from the Caribbean. So I have a lot of friends and family that's in New Orleans because it's very similar cultures. So I see a lot of people talking about the vampires in New Orleans, and I'm kind of shocked that people don't know about this. Y'all ain't know there's vampires in New Orleans? So yes, there are vampires in the French Quarter, Bourbon Street. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. So if you haven't watched all the other videos on TikTok, please do. Please go watch them. There's a reason why in the Quarter they don't play any bounce or, you know, typical music that, you know, you would hear in New Orleans. They're playing old school jazz and blues. That's what they like to hear. So be careful of those vampire bars and even those people that's playing in costume and role play. Some of them people is real. That's not a joke and that's not a game. Being that said, I see a lot of people talking about the New Orleans vampires. But what about the werewolf families? We ain't gonna talk about them? I don't want, you know, New Orleans to come in my comments talking about I'm being too loud, but there's families of wolves, werewolves, shapeshifters. I'm confused why nobody talking about that. We obviously know there's witches. Everybody knows there's witches. Y'all starting to learn about the vampires and the vampire bars in Bourbon Street, but what about the werewolves? Who gonna start talking about that? I'm gonna leave the video right there. Y'all comment under. Let me know if you want me to do a part 2, but be careful if you're in New Orleans this year. Keep your eyes, your ears open, and especially don't be outside during witching hour if you're not about that life. Bye, y'all.
رسول انظري إلي يا الله بسم الله دقيقة
يا الله
يا الله
والله الدنيا شقلبت يا الله
دقيقة يا عمي أريد منك أن تقول لي
And show y'all that the picture came from in the back of my fucking yard. Let me see if I can flip this bitch around. That's the exact motherfucking spot now. That's my backyard. I'm zooming in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just
Not gonna lie, that looked like a real video. That don't look like nothing edited. You could tell by his reaction that what he's seen is something he didn't expect. You know, boy closed his door immediately. He ain't want nothing to do with it. The spiritual realm is merging with the physical realm, and we about to start seeing things we never seen before.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to Psychosec. Can I answer any questions? What is it all about? Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you currently occupy into the sleeve of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our labs. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have, period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent. Because you can be 50 in one body and change to the next body. You're as young as you feel. If you come this way, David's going to show you some 2018 models that you can choose from.
Well, you can choose which sleeve you desire. Now you can either have the sleeve that you have right now, or we have a selection of wonderful sleeves that we have made through Psychosec, fully genuine and organic produced. Now if you'd like to be taller, shorter, skinnier, if you'd like to have better vision, maybe strengthen your body, you have the choice to choose a man or a woman's sleeve. Now if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, simply remove from the cortical stack your DHF, your consciousness, to another, newer sleeve.
This is outrageous. I've seen this like in at least 5 TV shows. Like, these people are literally trying to live forever. And you know, I think this is already happening. These so-called elites are probably already doing it, and we just don't know about it. Most of these TV shows and movies be telling you what be going on. It's just up to you if you want to believe it or not.
What in tarnations is going on? Now, I'm sure you've seen these pictures circling the internet, and I know what you're gonna say. It's CGI, it's Photoshop. But the thing is, brother, what if it ain't? You see, the problem is this: we've been lied to for so long that even if you saw the truth, you probably wouldn't believe it. Somebody said to me, it's easier to lie to someone than to convince them that they've even been lied to. So maybe there is other beings out there that you don't see. Only because they're not walking down your road, that doesn't mean they don't exist. Remember, there's many places on this earth you're not allowed to go. So who knows what's really out there?
So you think giants are just a fictional character in cartoons and movies, huh? You sure about that? You're sure that these giant weapons found all over the world were just made for decoration? And that these artifacts that look like something most certainly just be something else? And things found like giant crowns and giant footprints just have to be someone's idea of a good prank? And that all of these newspaper articles from the late 1800s and early 1900s talking about 16-foot giants and 14-foot giants and 18-foot giants, definitely all a hoax. And that these books, some as large as a grown woman, are definitely just decorative. And that the Bible, the oldest history book in the world, that talks about giants 80 times, was certainly just joking around. And if you're sure of all that, well then you're most certainly sure that all these giant-sized doors were just the style of the times, and they would never make anything where you would have to lock it all the way at the top that only a giant could reach, right? And of course you would have to be sure that all these hundreds of mounds found in America with giant remains in them, most certainly, again, are just a hoax. And that these giant skeletons found buried all over the world most certainly weren't covered up and destroyed by a certain well-known museum. You know, You're probably right. Sometimes I just let my imagination run.
You know, I definitely do believe that giants existed. The proof is literally out there. You just have to do the research to find it yourself. Let me know what you guys think about this.
If a person is part of a particular religion, are they bound to the rules of that religion? Yes, thank you. So, for example, if Christians believe that they go to hell or heaven after death, then do they actually? Yes. Is it because that's what they believe? Yes. So basically, it's like manifesting. Yes. So those who are not a part of that particular religion, are they also bound to the rules of that religion? No. So that means they will not suffer the same consequences or reap the benefits based on those religious beliefs, correct? Yes, thank you. So basically, everyone's life is exactly whatever they accept and believe. Yes, thank you.
And then I realized that I cannot break generational curses if I'm still seeking approval from the generation that's cursed. Yeah.
Are you getting this on tape?
Yeah, that is weird.
What?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh my gosh. I'll send you this in a minute.
Okay. That is
my goodness.
amazing.
It's coming across us.
Really? What time is it there?
5:30ish. Oh my God, Mom, you aren't going to believe this.
What is that?
What is that?
Something blew up. That is so weird.
If anybody know what that is, please let me know. That looked like a meteor shower or something. Is there a spiritual meaning behind it? Or is that something I'm just not familiar with?
That's all it is. The NPC is to drain your energy and keep you occupied. And that's how there's a lot of people who are around you to do that. I mean, this is a perfect example. You say the skies are being sprayed and they're altering our weather. And the other person looks up and says, oh my gosh, it's cloudy. It's been a cloudy day today. And you're like, what on earth are you talking about? Can you not see the planes? They can't. NPCs, non-playable characters who are just inserted into the realm to exist amongst you and really confuse you and mess with your mind. That's all it is. It's like MK Ultra on steroids is what it is. It's nuts. It's nuts. They are just existing in the realm around us to kind of be like bystanders as we go about this life journey or this life test. And in the movie The Truman Show, that's what he's exposed to. There are NPCs all over while he's wandering around, and they're just to keep you occupied.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
The curse of knowing too much. Here's a truth no one talks about. Intelligence can ruin your life, not because you're wrong, but because you see too much. You notice the fake smiles, you hear the lies under their compliments. You see the cracks in the system, the flaws in people, and the games they play to survive. You outgrow conversations, you can't enjoy the party, because your brain's analyzing the why behind every word spoken. And that ruins the magic. Most people get to live in blissful ignorance. You're cursed with clarity. And here's the twisted part, the smarter you are, the lonelier it gets, because surface level doesn't stimulate you. And real depth? That scares people away. So what do? You pretend, you shrink, you play dumb to fit in. But deep down you know, this world wasn't built for people like you. It was built to reward those who don't ask why. So if you feel out of place, you're not broken. You're just awake in a world that's asleep. And that, my friend, is both your burden and your power.
You know, being aware is a blessing and a curse. But you know, in order to control it, you have to find balance. You know, knowledge is definitely power, but it can also be a burden. You know, I always leave a gem for you guys at the end. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video, and if you're new, subscribe so you can join the family. We out, y'all. See y'all in the next